it's Dr. Film here, and I'm not qualified to be a doctor. Today, in this review, we're taking a look at a newly anticipated Marvel movie of this year, and that is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Directed by Dustin Cretton, this is the 25th installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Before we get started, you should know that this is a spoiler-free review, so don't worry for those who haven't seen this film yet. So don't worry guys, you're in the safe zone. So without further ado, let's begin the match with Iron Fist versus Daredevil.
Fight!
Does he look like he can fight?
Huh, it's pretty one-sided. Of course, what was I thinking? Iron Fist still sucks! Anyways, let's talk about our new addition to the Avengers, Shang-Chi, played by Simu Liu. He was likable, engaging, and a pretty skilled fighter. And I liked how the writers made this character so believable. He was just a person trying to live a regular life, until he had no choice but to confront his past, particularly his father. Now that's something people can relate to and comprehend. As for the side characters, such as Katie, played by Awkwafina, she was pleasant, funny, and hilarious. She's the kind of character that you wish you were friends with in real life.
Shang.
Sean.
Shang.
Sean.
S-H-A-N-G. Shang.
Shang?
Yeah.
You changed your name from Shang to Sean?
Yeah, I don't...
I wonder how your father found you.
I was 15 years old, all right?
What is your name change logic? You going into hiding and your name is Michael, you want to change it to Michael.
That's not what happened.
It's like, hi, my name's Gina, I'm gonna go into hiding, my new name's Gina.
As for Charlene, she was great, and I wish we could have explored more of her backstory. I mean, sure, she is Shang-Chi's sister and has been through an ordeal in her past, but the thing is, there isn't anything else much to her. We don't spend enough time with this character, and the conflict that she had with her brother from their past was resolved pretty quickly. It was pretty rushed, to be honest. But despite all that, I still think she was a good character. Fun fact, it turns out that this actress who plays Charlene started dating an action designer behind the scenes. And when this film finally becomes a wrap, they both got married, and Simu Liu took everyone to Disneyland to celebrate. I know what you're thinking. It's both crazy and sweet at the same time. I mean, seriously, what has happened behind the scenes?
I was cast single and wrapped married. I met my husband on this production. He was one of the action designers of this film. Yeah, and Simu took us to a Disney trip. He surprised us, and Awkwafina, she booked a whole venue to celebrate. Yeah.
You guys have like the dream story.
Yes, we really are living in a dream.
As for our villain, Wenwu, aka the Mandarin.
I am the Mandarin!
Oh, be quiet, Memento. Nobody likes you. You know what, Pepper Potts, take out this fool. I feel much better now. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, right, the Mandarin, played by Tony Leung. He was menacing, sadistic, and his powers are so awesome. Now yes, his powers aren't exactly the same as they were from the comics or the cartoon shows, but I think the filmmakers did nicely updating the powers of the Ten Rings. It was both simplistic and effective at the same time, and I liked how the writers made this villain more human. He wasn't generic or boring, or another MCU villain that you could just put up on top of your shelf and forget that he or she existed. You see, Wenwu is a conqueror that sought out knowledge and power until he met the woman of his life. That is, until a tragedy struck them that would change their lives forever. You would sympathize with his character, but you wouldn't approve of his cruel methods or his plans involving his children.
係啊，咁同埋我覺得係佢哋又想我去做，佢哋又覺得我適合做呢一個角色，我又覺得我好想做呢一個project， 咁我又好 comfortable 同，可能又加上我而家去到一個年紀，我覺得係應該要離開我 comfort zone。
And as for his henchmen, yeah, they weren't that interesting, but they do leave a memorable impact. That I can tell you.
Badass.
Now for the action. The action was intensifying, well choreographed, and you have to give pointers to the actors for doing most of the hand-to-hand combat and the stunt work on their own. Now yes, there were stuntmen involved in some action scenes, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference here. However, there was this one action scene that didn't hit right with me, and that is the climax. Don't get me wrong, the first half of the climax was good, but the second half was bloated and a little too extra. Like, I don't know, it's a bit too much to be honest. I mean, it feels like it's been going on for at least 2 hours or something. Nevertheless, the action was well done. Now the story. The story can be predictable at times, the pacing was off, and as I mentioned before, the climax was a bit chaotic. Furthermore, some people may argue that this narrative is dull because this isn't exactly the first origin story in the MCU. But what saved this movie from becoming a stale origin story is its characters, themes, and newly explored mythology surrounding Shang-Chi and the Mandarin. So yeah, despite its problems, I still think it was a good story. Overall, this film was not what I expected, for it has great characters, thrilling action, and surprisingly a good villain. Even though this film has a few shares of its problems here and there, I still think it was worth watching, and I recommend checking it out and see what you think. One thing is for certain, is that this isn't the last time we will see this Kung Fu master himself, Shang-Chi. But it will be the last time we will see this character, Danny Rand. My god, he still sucks. I hope we never see this character again. The Punisher can come back, Jessica Jones can come back, Daredevil can come back, Luke Cage can come back, but not this character. I just can't. I'm sorry, I just can't. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings scores an 8 out of 10. Well, that's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more of my content. And you can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Phil Mrazes for updates on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys in our next appointment.
You have a license?
I have a license to kill. But no, not an official license, no.